Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hi. Hi. I got here as fast as I could. I got here as fast as I could, okay? I need a minute, okay? I need a minute. The run was exhausting. I had a moment to catch my breath where I set up the waiting room, so I'm okay now. But Jesus, I've never run so fast in my life. So I woke up, still got my cough. Fuck. I woke up just a little bit ago. I'm sorry I was late. I had an idea. To stream, to talk to you guys, and I tweeted about it the other day. I am a bit later than the time I thought because I slept in. When I slept in, I had I had a really interesting dream. Let me hang on. Shit. Let me double back a sec, okay? So, I went back to the monastery recently because I woke up a few days ago and I had a nightmare. And I didn't tell you what happened, so I'm going to tell you now. In the nightmare that I had, I was just like myself, you know, and I was walking around my castle. I was walking around the castle, but it was full of all of you, as in kindred from modern day. You know, there was like, you know how dreams are. It's like there was always a lot of people who I recognized, like, oh, that's this person with that name, and that's this person. Even though maybe you looked weird or looked different, I could tell that it was all of you guys who were alive today were in the castle, and I was there. And it was like big me, you know, big. And I was like stomping around, and I was saying hi to everyone. But it was just like in the Demon Hungers, when, you know, that scene where I kind of look up and see myself on the roof. It happened again. It happened again, but this time me in the big body was down on the ground, and I looked up and I saw my smaller self on the roof. And, you know, same old shit, right? Like, jump down, watch the violence happen, and I felt powerless to stop it, but it was horrible in the moment, but I felt like I had that dream for a reason, so I went back up north to Olmar, went back to my dorm, and then went back out onto the cliff to think about it. And what I think that the dream was trying to tell me, and that I realized the other night, was that I'm so afraid of doing harm to people, but I must divorce myself of the idea that I can only do harm when I'm in this larger body. I need to feel less afraid of it, and I need to understand that I'm not the only person in the world capable of doing harm on that scale, and that it doesn't matter really whether I cause physical harm or emotional harm. No matter what I look like, really my potential is about the same. So my isolation, my self-imposed exile, really keeps no one any more safe than they should be. If I avoid interacting with people, yes, it may, in some superficial sense, keep people safe to a certain extent. But in a way, I think I realized that I harmed people a lot more than I should have. And the moment that I was out on the cliff, the moment I was out there and the moment I opened my eyes after I realized that, the monk who welcomed me, the one who brought me inside in the first place, the one who guided me up onto the cliff, he was there. Like, right as I had figured that out, right as I felt like I'd really had a little bit of an epiphany there, he was there. And I looked up, and he's a very, very comforting presence, usually. We've never exchanged a word. I assume he doesn't speak a word of English. But he placed his hand on my shoulder, and he looked into my eyes. And I can't really describe why, but in that moment I felt really scared. It was literally like for a moment, just for a short 10, 15 seconds, I felt completely frozen for a moment. And that I still don't understand. But he took his hand off my shoulder and smiled, and he walked away. And I was like, fuck, I was scared. But then that night I thought about it, and I went to sleep, and I had a dream that I was in my castle again, and you were all there, and we were all safe. Everyone was doing well. And I woke up this morning. And you won't believe what happened. Oh, shit. Just overnight. I thought maybe it would take a little bit longer, but... Do you like that music I picked, by the way? Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I missed you too. You've been here this whole time, but I missed you too. Oh, this is so silly. It's been... Oh, fuck. How long has it been? Like 7 or 8 months? I've never been so happy to be small. Every day, it was like, man, all these new Niji members joining are taller than me now. But you know what? Doppio, you can have it. Doppio, I'm proud of you, boy. Take the crown back, okay? You can have it. I don't want it anymore. Oh, God. Whew. I don't know if this was brought on by something. Normally it's just, passage of time, or how intensely I wear myself out and have to use up a lot of, energy. But this time I almost feel like it was brought on by my peace. You know, a sense of peace and calm. I spent ages hanging out with my best friends in the whole world, and we had a pizza party, just like we used to. It was like nothing had changed. And fuck, now I'm gonna be able to go home in a normal airplane seat without needing to duck to go everywhere. And I'm not gonna feel like people are weirdly scared of me now. Oh. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It just... Boof. It just... Boof. It suddenly, I was... Literally, it was so weird. It was so weird because in my dorm it gets really cold, you know. And I've got some kind of like, not pajamas, but like, you know, I have bed clothes. I guess those are pajamas. And I woke up and they were all really loose and too big for me. And I was like, what happened? And I looked down and I was like, oh. I was like, oh. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it almost feels like it's bittersweet because I was learning to be okay with being really big. It's the first time in my whole life that I had felt okay and sociable and happy while I'm that size. Every other time has been like a moment of mad, you know, violent sort of, it's been a blur. I don't know if I have many clear memories of what it's like, so that all of that was so new. It was so new and it felt so scary. It felt so scary because I think getting to know you has been the first time, or one of the first times in my life when... How do I put this? I had to consider... Fuck, what is it? I had a point, but I've completely lost the words. Where I had to consider so much more than just my own strength. I had to consider, you know, the way that people viewed me, and I think that had always scared me. And I think that for a long time there was a part of me that wanted to know what it was like if you knew what I was really like and what I really looked like sometimes. I thought maybe this version of me wasn't enough sometimes. But I know that isn't true. You don't need to be the tallest. You don't need to be the strongest or the scariest. There's so much about you that makes you special. And I didn't know that before, but I do now. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's dropped by. Thank you for the supers, everyone. If you just joined, I woke up this morning and I lost about 42 inches. Centimeters, I mean. I lost about 42 centimeters. Not in the area that you might think that I would have lost centimeters, but in perhaps somewhere more visible above the surface. Yeah. Nobody thinks about it in terms of centimeters, bruv. It's fine. This is so surreal. This is so weird. I haven't felt like this for such a long time. Oh. I feel presentable. Would have been negative PP. Hey, you don't know that. You don't know that. I think I at least have one or two left. You don't know that. It's like 3.5 feet. No, it's not. No, it's not. I think that's a bit. I think you've got your. I think your math is wrong there. I think your math is wrong there. That way, when I was 7 feet tall still, if that was that, then I would have been 80 centimeters tall if your math was correct. And I was a lot. That's like shorter than Finana. Ugh. You know what it is, right? The challenge for me now... Hang on a minute. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hey. Hey. The challenge for me now... is learning to feel a bit more... okay with... I mean, I'm not even little. 178 is a perfectly respectable height for a man. It's above average, actually. Actually. Don't bully men whose height begins with 5. But... I'm remembering... a while back, I always had such a strong, visceral reaction... to anyone, you know, looking down on me for that. But you know, knowing now that I have the power, if someone fucks with me, to suddenly become taller than them, by murdering them, that makes that feel a little bit easier. Not above average! Above! However much percentage of me that I lost would have been proportionally taken off of my lungs, and it's still got my fucking cough. God fucking damn it! Still got my fucking cough. Bruh. Ugh. 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 Bah. From the feet... Oh my god. That's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. Someone suggested classic outfit reveal. Alright, bet. We never had one of these for this fit. Thank fucking god I brought these clothes with me. Thank god I brought these clothes with me. I thought something like this might happen soon. My classic step. Hit this step. I'm sweeping. I'm sweeping like it's fucking Club Penguin. Oh! My feet! My ankles! Look at how skinny they are compared to the trouser leg! Oh! I haven't seen that in such a long time. Dude, I need to tell you, these trousers, the way they actually fit now, it's amazing. I don't have to wear trousers that stretch, like, to my exact proportions now. I don't have to wear trousers that, like, suit pants that suddenly became yoga pants. They are their correct size. Oh. 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 You guys, I got some long legs, okay? I got some long legs. I am happy. I got something dangling over there. It's not what you want to see dangling. Got my right-hand man over there, chilling out. Woke him up at an ungodly hour. It's fine, mate. It's alright, bruv. We're gonna be just fine. I'll get you a coffee after this, don't worry about it. We're gonna have a good day. It's gonna be a good day. We've got... Have we named this little man's? Have we named this guy? I have vague memories of a stream where we gave this little guy a name. Someone said Alexander. Tony? As in pizza? Alright, people are saying Alexander. Jeff? Michael? Alright, everyone, I have decided but my belt buckle. Jimmy! No, that's disrespectful to the real Jimmy's memory. No! Juan! Okay, Juanita is the horse. No, I don't want to call him Juan. Alright, we'll name him Jimmy in honor of Jimmy Two Ears. Yeah, he's Jimmy Two Horns. This is Jimmy Two Horns. Okay, great. Oh, motherfucker. My fucking arms are folded again. God damn it. God damn it. They're gonna be stuck there for another year and a half now. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. My fucking titties. My massive fucking titties. Don't get it fucking twisted, right? Don't you dare get it fucking twisted. Just because I just came from a place where I was ludicrously muscular does not mean that I don't have booba still. Remember my 2.0 fit, okay? I'm a remarkable physical specimen regardless. Okay? They're just neatly put away behind my suit, behind my shirt. Proof. I'll see if I can locate that outfit. Might have one actually at that monastery. I wonder. It would be something I had back in the day, and they do have a lot of artifacts. Probably do have something similar to that knocking around. Frog! Do you miss the frog? I miss the frog. Hello. Thank you, but I'm not sorry. This is my homage. This thing that I've been wearing since long before Smiling Friends came out. This is my homage to Mr. Frog from Smiling Friends, my Oshi. Hello. I'm actually the biggest fan of the Mr. Frog show. And then there's me. Hi, everyone. Hello. Oh my goodness. I was listening to this song on the way down here because I can't walk or go anywhere without music. So I was a little bit later than I should have been because I was scrambling to find my headphones. I was listening to this song that Akuma told me about recently. I hadn't listened to it before. She told me about this song called what's it called? It's by Elbow. By Mr. Elbow. One Day Like This. And it's supposed to be about the feeling of waking up in the morning and realizing that you're in love. And I was listening to that song on the way down. Yeah, alright. Akumama was like, you've never heard of Elbow before? And I was like, no, who the fuck is Elbow? Turns out, immensely talented musician that I quite like, but it's this song. How does it go? It's like, oh, now I've got this song playing. I had it in my head all day. Had it in my head all day yesterday. And now I suddenly can't remember it. Oh, anyway, it's gonna be a wonderful day. And I was running down. The fucking morning sun was at my back. And I was like, yes! I was like, yes! Ugh. It's gonna be a wonderful day. And I think it will be. I think it will be. I didn't sleep so great. I didn't sleep so great, so I am a little bit sleepy, but I think it's gonna be a pretty wonderful day. Are you gonna go back to making sussy ASMR? No, because I don't want to get any community guideline strikes, but I might make ASMR again, because I think I quite enjoyed it. I think I did quite enjoy it in the end. Am I married? I wish. Chat, we're married, okay? Just so that if I go to a party and someone asks, how's the wife? I can talk about you, and I can say, oh yeah, they're doing great. Or if my parents ask, when are you gonna give us grandchildren? I'll be like, I've got 1.3 million of them. Okay? Fuck you. I got tons. What if I don't like being called wife? Hey, I had to get used to it. I had to get used to it. Wife is no longer a gendered term. It refers to everybody. Our wife, like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. What's up, Doc?
This feels like it's happening at a really good time. I wasn't sure when, but now that this has happened, I think that the little epiphany I had on the mountainside, or the cliff face, whatever the fuck, now that this has happened, I think I'm ready to head home again. I've been away from home for way, way too long. I've been away from home for way, 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 way too long. I've been I've been working off of a laptop for well over 2 months now. And I've been sleeping in fucking God knows where. I need to impress upon you all, okay? Because I know, alright? I know that sometimes my adventures can be a little fantastical. And I know sometimes you doubt me. I have to get used to that. That's fine. But I need to impress upon you, okay? I really have been away from home for a long time. I really have been out here, and I have been traveling, and I have been stuck out here for a long time, and I have been so tired. And I've been very homesick. I miss the UK big time, to be honest. I never thought I would. But I really do. It's remarkable just how tired you can feel when you're not at home, when you don't have the comforts of home to rely on, when you don't realize how something at home that you might have set up, you know, for your own comfort, just isn't there anymore, and you need to figure out a way around it. It can be really exhausting sometimes, and I've had a lot of sleepless nights. I've pulled many all-nighters. And I feel like I'm ready to go back home again. And when I do, hopefully, at some point, hopefully within this month, I'll be able to actually truly start streaming full-time again, because I miss it so much. I wish I could have done it more properly when I came back in, you know, with my beard and everything, but it was just a very weird time still, you know. I missed you all so much, and I missed hanging out so much, but things were just still really, really, really difficult. There are some interesting things going on still, but I think that we're moving into a very good place, and this on top of it, I mean, look at me. This is so unusual. I don't even feel like I'm looking at myself, you know? I haven't felt this way in a really long time. Hey, your boy. Yeah? I feel pretty happy, I think. My fangs have shrunk back down. All of it. Can we see your pretty eyes? And I saw someone bring it up earlier, and like, yeah, inevitably, as I always do, you know, I will start getting hungry again. But for right now, I feel okay. You know, I'm doing fine. So I will remain fine for the time being, and then eventually something will happen again. But as has been hammered into me over the past 6 or 7 months, I just have to get used to that now. I have to get used to that feeling, because if I don't, I will harm a lot more people than just whoever happens to be in my path. I will harm all of you as well, And I don't want to do that again. I feel like such a fucking idiot. I don't really blame myself for having an intense emotional reaction to all of that, but I still feel like a fucking idiot for pushing back against you. For not appreciating how much you had done for me. I know, and I know you forgive me. I know you do. But I know what it's like to be fucking stupid, so. What I want to do now, more than anything, is to I love this song. What I want to do now more than anything is to try and earn your trust back, I think. What I want to do now is I want to slowly but surely relearn what it means to be me. Because I think for so long, and at the moment, well, let's just say I'll have a lot more to say about this very soon. But I think that for a long time I felt obsessed with my own flaws, you know? And I was really obsessed with the fact that people should recognize that. And I think I haven't talked about it enough, but another thing that I realized while I was out on that cliffside was that, well, it was just that. I'm obsessed with my own flaws, and I think almost being showered with so much love made me feel like something was really powerfully wrong. And I almost wanted to stop it, you know? It just felt so fundamentally wrong because I so thoroughly believed that I didn't deserve it. And you can see that. You can see that pattern for a long, long time. I don't know if I'm sure many of you were there. Way back when we hit 522K, and I was very emotional while we were playing Jump King, and I asked, do I really deserve this? Like, why me? Why did you choose me over someone else? And at that time, harboring what I knew about myself and what you did not know, when it all came out after I released the film, the fact that I think really it was just the moment that I transformed for the first time, and to see people trying to calm me down, I just felt so confused. That anger, when I lashed out and I said, "How dare you? Don't try to tell me that it's okay." I think the emotion I was feeling, it was this confusion that doubled up, and it rolled over on itself, and it evolved into just this raw anger, and I felt so upset and so angry because I'd imagined things to be quite different. Now, confusion's not a crime, I know. Confusion's not a crime, but it's how we respond to it that is our responsibility, and I did not respond to any of that in the right way. I scorned the love and the affection of people who have done nothing but support me. And now, at the very least, for the rest of the year, I really want to dedicate myself to healing that wound. To moving forward and getting it right again. Music is a paid actor, I know. I didn't even cue that up. It just came on at that moment. It just had that, like, peak right then. It's just a playlist. Jesus. So, yeah. If you'll have me. If you'll allow it. I will work really, really hard to be deserving of that affection again. Because I know I feel that way about you. There's a lot of fun things that I want to do. There are a lot of fun things that I want to do. Do you know what I had an idea for the other day? Because obviously I'm not very good at meditating, okay? I'm not very good at meditating, and sometimes the mind does tend to wander. And for a little while I was out there thinking about stream ideas, and I thought, this is so fucking dumb. I thought I should get my drawing tablet. When I get back home, I should get my drawing tablet, and I should draw. I should draw NIJISANJI members as Wojaks. I've never drawn one of those before, but it looks fairly simple. So I should get iconic screenshots of the different members and draw them as fucking Wojaks. I thought that... I think that's funny. Do that after the YouTube poop stream. Fuck. God, take my cough! Take my cough and give it to Doppio Dropscythe, I swear to Christ! I was texting Doppio yesterday. And I was telling him that he should try doing stand-up, because I feel like he kind of... his style of humor kind of reminds me of Norm Macdonald. You know? Like, in the way that he will just say some weird shit, but the delivery is what sells it, you know? Doppio's a genius. I really think that man is a genius. I need to thank Supers, you've all been so generous. Kumio Vixen, thank you very much. Tokito, thank you for the Aka Super. Mianya, thank you. Rinaria, thank you for the Aka Super. Congratulations, thank you. Midnight Tsukino, thank you. Yuki, thank you for the Aka Super. Stella, Love Cake, thank you. Marumaru for the gifted. Avis for the gifted. But yeah, to those of you who were big fans of me being super big and tall, I would say don't worry, because I can't imagine there won't be a time when that happens to me again. I've had some thoughts about what I would like to do with myself, you know? And for the time being, I think that I'll probably wind up looking like this for a while. But at some point, I think when I feel brave enough, maybe things will change. But that remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. So we'll see. We'll see. But for the time being, I'm going to enjoy looking like this again. For the time being, I'm going to enjoy this, because... fucking... it's too early. Efita, thank you for the Aka Super. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm back to being a distinguished English gentleman. I no longer have a ripped shirt, nor do I have nor do I have my entire upper body out. I am a very well-dressed man now. Hello, yes, I'll have your daughter home by 8. Now, you know I could say both. I'm not limited to one thing. Thank you, Faith, thank you. What happened to the beard? Snapchat filter. Snapchat filter. Although it may be time for me to shave, but as a man, beards grow, beards are shaved. So, you know, there will always be the potential for my beard. Kendra, thank you. Mueko, thank you very much. It has been a while, yeah. It's weird. Yubo, thank you for the Akasupa. I love you too. Hey. I love you too. All of you. You specifically. Listen. I love you. You waited for me. That's pretty cool in my book. I think that's pretty swag. I'm picking up the microphone again. Still on this. I'm back in the studio, but I wanted to bring this nice USB microphone because I kind of like it. I quite like how it sounds, you know? Can't miss who never left. Yeah, it's always been me. It's always been me. I'm just feeling a little different now. Feel kind of positive, you know? It's nice. Paka, thank you. Rain, thank you so much. I wonder what it's going to be like to get back home. I'm thinking... Okay, listen. I'm a little concerned because I'm slightly worried. So... When I first came out to Japan, I did so very haphazardly, and kind of out of nowhere, and I forgot to set up a SIM card, and I just kind of started going. You know what I mean? So what happened was I missed while I was out with my French tourist friends, and while we were traveling for a lot longer than I made it look like in the in my outfit reveal. I missed a lot of texts and emails. Included in there was some notices that I was behind on some bills for my flat back home. So as far as I'm aware, when I get back, I don't have any electricity, heating, or gas. So that's great. And I'm gonna have to write to some people and to figure that shit out when I get back, which is a bit freaky. So me going home I might not be able to continue streaming immediately, but I will work on it. I will work on it. I'm a fool. I know nothing. I take the role of a silly clown, but I won't turn my back on life. Don't Tuscadoo that. I didn't sing that well at all. The Merry Mercury, Kylie Gain, thank you. Klez, thank you very much. Bella, Roku, thank you. Masato, Vixen, Izzy Low. Fuck me, it's so early. Sabina Kari, thank you for the Akasupa. Black Crown, thank you. Bienvenido de Vuelta, beautiful. Star Zero, Bia, Rain. I love you guys so much. Thank you, William. It does feel like a dream. An anime freak, thank you very much. Katsuki, thank you very much. Can I pay my bills online? Maybe. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll have to do some research. But you know how a lot of, like, when it comes to the most important things to pay for, they always make it really fucking difficult to pay for them, you know? It's like, I can, at the drop of a hat, at the touch of a button, at the fucking flick of a wrist, I can buy microtransactions for fucking Hearthstone to get a new Battlegrounds board. That's easy. I don't need that at all. But when it comes to energy, to my fucking apartment, to my flat, oh boy, I've got to go jump through a load of hoops to do that. Do I want to stay at your place? That sounds fun. Does anyone you know what? No. As much as I would love to bunk with your beautiful selves, I have been sleeping in strange places for so long. How many? Let me try and think. Let me try and tot up for a second. How many places have I stayed in since I moved to Japan for a bit? So, let me try and count this up. So, there was the first hotel I stayed in for a bit. Then, if I count all the different places that me and the French tourists stayed in, we wild camped most nights, just tents, like roadside camping. And I'm gonna count each of those as a different one because each place was pretty different, you know. There was a B&B. There was a couple like kind of apartment-y places. Or a couple of hotels. Okay, if we don't include all of the different, if we include wild camping as like one thing, I would say I've slept in like at least 15 different places. And moving around that much is exhausting. I need to get home. I need to look after my fucking self again. Yeah, I'm just trying to retrace my steps. There's bam, 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 bam. That's 5. Bam, 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 bam. You got thingy. Yeah, pretty much 15. Yeah, pretty much 15. Need to get back to my own fucking bed. Yeah, Bam is my favorite place too. Love Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Youngju, thank you. Sunny, thank you. Shiro, thank you very much. Miaobing, thank you very much. Chiharu, thank you very much. Kendra Bratton, get your stuff turned on, thank you very much. Anne, thank you very much. Robin, thank you very much. How do I fit in sleeping bags? Not very well. Not very well at all. Usually I would just... usually I'd have to be content with just a blanket. And thank fucking Christ I didn't have wings for most of that time, because when I did, sleeping was a massive pain. It was very inconvenient, very uncomfortable. Thank God by the time I was traveling and I was going to all sorts of places where I wasn't necessarily able to sleep in the comfiest of circumstances, thank God I wasn't sleeping around a pair of enormous bat-like wings, because that would have been a fucking nightmare. I was just large for most of it. Olivia, thank you for the Akasupa. Vox Akuma Homecoming. Thank you. Mino, thank you very much. You especially love this one. Well, that's really nice to hear. Your first days as a kindred in summer 2022. What I really want to do now, because you all have helped me conquer something really important, you know? For the longest time, you helped me conquer something that I was afraid of forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You helped me work past something that I was afraid of on like an uncanny level. You saw how I acted when this was all new to me. And so now I don't feel quite so afraid anymore. And I think that from this point forward, minus some interesting stuff that I'm working on. Afraid of being tall? Not necessarily. But what I would really like to do... Sorry, thank you for the super. I'd really like to do lots and lots of streams that are really, really fun. I'd like to have lots and lots of fun with you all. Because there's too much to be happy about. There's too much to be happy about in this life, you know? And yes, I can finally max my RuneScape account, and we can sit down and play games together. We can do fun concepts for streams together, and I can, you know, now that I'm not undergoing a massive like mental episode, and now that I'm not actively working on the most anal editing project that I've ever worked on in my fucking life, maybe, God willing, maybe I can start working on having a healthy routine again. Maybe I can cook more often. Maybe I can... God. Maybe I can learn to drive, get back down the gym. Maybe, God forbid, this version of myself that I've been so intent on telling you, that's not real, that's not real. Maybe it can be real. Maybe it was real the whole time, and I just felt weird about being loved. You know? Am I still sussy? Oh, as a person, oh yes. Oh yes, just because I'm not doing ASMR streams where I'm moaning and slapping my chest to simulate sexual intercourse, doesn't mean that I'm not a sussy individual. You'll never beat that out of me. What a life, eh? You know, that was one thing that I was thinking about quite a lot. That was one thing that I was thinking about a lot. I can beat it. That's one thing that passed my mind every once in a while. Was sometimes I'd be walking down the street in Tokyo while I was still there, or sometimes I would be, you know, just wherever I was. No, I've never said this phrase, being in all of these bizarre places, so far away from places that I imagined I would be. In my head I hear this phrase, God, what a life. What a life. Whether I'm traveling to all of these strange places, or whether I'm making weird sexual ASMR, or whether I'm just getting to connect with such fantastic people. What a life. What a life. What a life you've given me. And what a life I hope that now I'll be able to be more grateful for. Straight up joking it. Oh yes, I've missed you. And I want to get back to the time. I want to get back to a time when these things felt easy to do. And I think a lot of that comes down to just my health. I've not been very kind to myself, you know? I kind of locked myself in this state where it was like, I've got to keep working as hard as possible or I'll die. But that meant that, you know, my energy levels and my health deteriorated pretty hard. But I can get that back. It's like, do you remember when I first came back and I showed you my nice samurai outfit and I said, you know, I really feel like I can do anything. Telling you having Jesus in your life can be amazing. Hey, I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. I'm very, very happy for you if you feel as though Jesus has given you purpose in life. No, seriously. I myself am not religious, but very, very, very happy for anyone who finds comfort and happiness in faith. That's a cool thing, you know. But yeah, you know, I haven't haven't had someone come to my doorstep asking if I want to chat about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, in a while. But you know, there's a Nico GK, thank you. Kumio Vixen, thank you very much. Feline, thank you very much. Oh man, what a day. What a life. Berry Bean Pie, thank you. Maine, thank you. Where's Voxanne? In my fucking downloads folder. She's a fucking 7 megabyte file. Where's Voxanne? She's in my incognito windows. Where's Voxanne? She's in my Google Drive. Where's Voxanne? Printed on some people's pillows. Where's Voxanne? She's in here. Or rather, in here. Get her out of there! No! He trapped Voxanne inside his penis. Listen. Would you rather be trapped inside my penis, or would you rather be nowhere near it at all? I wonder what that sensation is like, you know? What's it like to be inside a penis? I mean, like you're just trapped in there, and you're like, get me out. I feel like it probably wouldn't be very nice. Probably wouldn't be very nice, you know? Because, like, I feel like some people would be freaky and they'd be like, yeah, I'd love that. And then the whole experience is just like being in the womb. It's like being in the womb, but you just hear really, really loud rushing water every once in a while. Or you hear, like... You know what I'm saying? Docking? No, we're not docking. No. Where's Voxanne? She's in the stripped club, straight up jorking it. That she is. If you miss Voxanne, head to the stripped club, because she will be there. Is she performing, or is she enjoying the performance? You be the judge. You be the judge. It is quite funny to me. It is quite funny to me how when we all first became aware of Voxanne as a concept, it was kind of just universally agreed that she was like me, but just way more. Well, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say like me, but way more like traditionally sexy. But then again, I feel like I kind of, you know. You know what she is? She's me, but she's less clumsy. I'm still hot, but I drop things a lot, you know? No one has ever portrayed Voxan as a girl failure. Then again, I think I need to get myself out of my big man mindset, because to be honest, I think that the moment I grew to being Shaquille O'Neal height, I officially, like, transitioned from Ikemen into full-blown man flop, you know? Like, that was my big boy failure arc. I've never felt more boy failure in my life than when I was like that. I mean, I've always been a little bit man flop, but like then especially. And I kind of, you know, boy flop, man flop, whatever it is, boy failure. I feel like what I want to do now, I want to like evolve a little bit. I want to evolve back into like a version of myself that I was like trying to be early on, because I was actually, I felt like it was a good habit, you know? It was a good habit to be cooking all the time. I mean, I don't mean cooking projects, I mean literally cooking food, you know? And having all of these expensive hobbies and, you know. Well, there's a lot that I want to do. There's a lot that I want to do. And what I'm brought immense comfort by is knowing that I will be here for a really, really fucking long time. I've got no plans to move anywhere. I am incredibly happy where I am. And in the long term, who knows what we can't achieve together. Steak and eggs again? Yeah, let me cook. I'd like to do some cooking streams again. I would like to properly cook again. That would be great. That would be really great. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna get I'll get my traditional walkout and I'll season that motherfucker again. Now baking would be fun. Baking would be really fun. Oh yeah, gloves. You'll have to get a new profile picture. You'll become a new set of gloves. Last time I did hand cam was when I tried caviar for the first time. God, I've had so much caviar since then. I've had so much caviar since then. Very lively. Leon, thank you very much. As a boy failure myself. Thank you. And yeah, like I've said, really interested in doing another charity stream. The next time I do a charity stream, I want to take a good few months to get it prepared and to get it all set up. And then when it's ready, I'd like to do something that's big. I'd like to do big events that I've organized well in advance, where I can invite lots of people and we can all have a lot of fun together, you know? I'd like to do something that feels really fantastic and that really brings like a proper amount of excitement to the subject. Do I use character AI? I am the character. People use character AI to talk to me. When you can talk to the real me right now, ask me a question, ask me anything. Reddit AMA. Someone asked, do you still love Lucy? Who the fuck is Lucy? I'm trying to think of a famous Lucy. Like an actress. Lucy Liu? She's aight. Lucy Kaneshiro? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can we please have Plastic Cow merchandise? Well, maybe not merchandise, but, you know, keep your eyes peeled. Simone. Steffi, thank you very much. Anna, I just think you're neat in any form you take. Cheers for all good things to come. Yeah, that is a pretty well-known Lucy. Zericho. No AI can replace the original. Absolutely, Voxagra, thank you. Any movies I've watched recently? You know which movie I want to watch? I want to watch Hitman with Glenn Powell. I want to watch Hitman. You know? Because that movie looks quite fun. Not Hitman Agent 47, Hitman with Glenn Powell. I don't know why Glenn Powell is hitting like his like famous era, you know? Like he was always there, but it's only recently he's kind of become like flavor of the month, like, oh, Glenn Powell is cool. I think he's really cute, so that's pretty cool for me. How to bite your own nose. I'd rather bite my nose off to spite my face. I've been listening to this band. Called The Idols. And they have a song called Well Done! And I fucking love it. Okay. So, I'll give you a little bit of a history lesson, alright? I arrived first. I was traveling the world for a long time throughout my life, and I arrived in the UK, and I stayed there in the around about the 1920s, around about 1925. And I lived there. I've lived there since. You know, it's why I consider myself a British person. I've lived in all kinds of places, but I feel most akin with being a British person because that's where I've lived for the longest consecutive amount of time. And so I've seen, you know, a lot of things come and go in the UK. And one of the biggest things that I remember is the punk movement, you know. And the Idols are a band still active today that are very, very reminiscent of the punk era. It's definitely what they're inspired by. And I fucking love this song. Surprisingly, it was one of the French tourists. It was Jean-Luc who showed me this band to begin with while we were driving, and I was like, shit, this is good. Surprisingly, you know, this Frenchman was really into you know, sort of British punk rock. But I love this song because how does it go? It's just got this guitar that goes, and what do the lyrics go? The lyrics is just taking the piss. The lyrics are taking the piss out of shit that people tell you, you know, as though, oh, this is just so easy. What? Fuck. They don't do that. They don't do that at all. They go, fuck me, man. It goes, well done. Why don't you get a job? Even Tarquin has a job. Mary Berry's got a job. So why don't you get a job? And it just goes on like that. It's fucking hilarious. But it's so true, you know? It's like, yeah, you know, people who have grown up in these shit circumstances just getting talked down to by people, you know, it's like, well, Mary Berry's got a job. Why don't you get a job? It's like bringing it, just making such a clear statement about like, yeah, it's, you know, how fucking stupid that someone can just come down and tell a person who's, you know, who's working class, grown up, you know, dealing with massive amounts of poverty, just get a job, mate. Just get a job. I saw someone say a while ago that the UK is like the UK might as well be a third world country, and then London is a first world country. And while that's not entirely true, there are most places in the UK, at least that I have been to, are incredibly well developed. But like the UK does have some pretty bad. A lot of the UK is very much impoverished. Obviously, you know, it's kind of an interesting perspective. I, in the past century, haven't lived in a developing country, so I can't say that. Obviously, I can't say that. But there is some real seriously bad shit going on in many parts of the UK. Like, it can be really nasty in some places. And you'd think that was, you know, especially in a country with such like a powerful currency, you know? Like the pound is always worth so much. Why are so many people in the UK so poor? It's a tragedy. The tools are all there. The tools are all there for the wealthy to come down and actually make a difference, but they don't want to. Anyway, I'm not going to get political. But remember, people in positions of power don't want you to be happy. Anyway. Kendra, thank you very much. Ooh. The Who released a new song. I gotta listen to that. I love those guys. Rose, thank you very much. Watching Phantom Thread inspired me to make things work when times were really hard. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. That's really, really sweet. I love Phantom Thread, and I was actually thinking about, oh wait, I didn't even read the you got engaged! Holy shit. That is so sick. I was thinking about Phantom Thread. You know, it's quite funny. I'm glad that you arrived at that conclusion. I feel like Phantom Thread might not be the greatest relationship to be inspired by. I mean, I feel like in an artistic sense, getting inspired by Phantom Thread is a great thing. But the relationship in Phantom Thread, definitely not something you want to aspire to, you know? The relationship in Phantom Thread, definitely not something you want for yourself. What do you got? Kiss me, my girl, before I'm sick. I gotta watch that film again. I've got to watch that film again. That is such peak. That is such peak cinema. But yeah, congratulations. Kidiva, today is your 2nd year anniversary. Señorita Bonita or Papi, you'll always call me Papi Chulo. Mi nombre es Papi. ¿Comprende? But you can call me Señorita Bonita if you're feeling a little crazy about it. Robin, thank you very much. Dalian Lovecake, thank you very much. How are the souls? Have they talked to you recently? Yes. A lot more than usual. Remember, it's rarely a specific dialogue, but you get a feel for it. And being around the quiet of, the sea air outside the monastery, they're happy, and so I am. Comprendo totalmente. Lily, thank you very much. Continue the Star Wars watch along. It's been over a year. But yes, I'm almost thinking, if we do that, let's watch The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And then let's not watch Episode 9. I think that is the better idea, personally. Have I seen the film Another Round featuring Mads? I have. I watched that with Akuma a while ago, and I really, really liked it. I really liked that film. I thought it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I love Scandinavian filmmaking. There's something about, the bleakness. There's something about the bleakness of a lot of Scandinavian cinema that I really enjoy. It's very cold. Much like the countries in which they are made. They're very cold, bleak, and quite nasty. And I love that. And I really love that. I can leave the stream. I'll just play episode 9 with the timer on, and I'll just go do something else. Sai, thank you very much. I miss you too. We watched Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm kind of excited for that too. I want to watch Mad Max. I want to watch Furiosa. I just stream a copyrighted movie one day. Yeah, I'll pull an XQC and I'll just stream the entirety of The Dark Knight. What's your type in men and women? It's difficult to say. I feel like there's not a lot of a body or archetypes in people that I find particularly attractive. I'd say in women, I would say in girls, I do have a bit of a thing for for like the emo aesthetic, you know? Like I think dyed hair is really sexy, and I think like girls with short hair are really sexy. But I don't know if I will ever like. I find a lot of people of very varying types and very varying styles and bodies to be incredibly attractive, you know. There's a little part of me that like finds that attractive, but I you know, what I'm saying is, regardless of what you look like, don't worry. In men, my awakening, realizing that I also liked men, was definitely my awakening without me realizing it was Kylo Ren, and then my awakening when I did realize it was Mr. Darcy from the 2006, 2005, 7 Pride and Prejudice with Matthew McFadden. The way that he can somehow have such a neutral face that at the same time manages to look so fucking angry and disdained. Anthony Bridgerton is very attractive. You know, the thing about Bridgerton that's so kind of annoying for me is the fact that like I was big into Anthony Bridgerton, but then something about season 2, I just didn't vibe with season 2 all that much. The more that I've sat on thinking about season 2, I'm like, it's kind of a lame enemies to lovers plot, you know, because you know they're gonna end up together, right? You know they're gonna end up together. I think you say it has good tension, and it would do if there was any question about the will they won't they, you know? It was all structured around the whole will they won't they, but you know they will. You know they will, and so all of like the tension wasn't there. This is why I love Raylo. Because we didn't know. From episode 7, 8, we did not actually know. And it's Star Wars. It's not as though romance is really much is as core of an element as the other stuff going on. You know, there's Han and Leia, there's Anakin and Padme, but we don't know necessarily. So seeing those hints, it's like makes me feel like an old lady clutching my pearls. I'm like, oh my god, they had a forced Skype call, and then she was in the rain, and then when they ended it, he had water on his hands. Oh my god, Kylo Ren's pussy is wet. What the fuck does that mean? You know? I had an allergic reaction to talking about that man. Right? So, that's what I think makes some I feel like romance being predictable, if a romance is predictable, it must be comforting. That's why rom-coms are nice. When you know that two people will inevitably end up together, the vibe of the film needs to be sweet and nice and funny and comfy. Because that's it. You're not in it for the tension. You're not in it for the romance. You're in it for... Well, you are in it for the romance. You're in it for the romance, and you're in it to feel nice and... this is a lovely couple, and I'm going to enjoy watching them grow closer to each other. Enemies to Lovers is built on tension. Enemies to Lovers is built on that. If you want to get Enemies to Lovers right, you need to make us not know. Enemies to Lovers is appealing because it comes out of fucking nowhere. Rey and Kylo Ren, right? Before Kylo Ren takes that mask off, we don't know anything about him, we don't know what his vibe is, what his deal is, and then the moment he takes that helmet off, oh no, he's hot. And then she, as well, is like, oh no, he's hot. And then, in the first film, J.J. Abrams doesn't really know how to portray romantic tension without explicitly spelling it out, but even still, carries her bridal style back to the ship, and you're like, hang on a minute. And then, at the end, the way he looks at her with, like, they're fighting and he doesn't look at her with anger and he's like, I can teach you. There's a little bit there, enough to get the cogs whirring, and you're like, oh, this is kind of hard, actually. Then The Last Jedi comes around. Then, are they really doing this? The actual connection, but it doesn't go that far, and they have actual pullback and tension and, like, you know, I don't know what's going on here. Right? You desperately want them to get together because it's hot and it's aggressive, and it's mysterious, and they have a good reason to fucking despise each other. But you don't know. And they pull back and they go together, and they pull back and they go together. That's what makes enemies to lovers good, because it's like, wait, what? If there's implied tension, between a couple, but you know they will inevitably end up together, why am I watching it? I'm just going to skip to the last episode, okay? So that's lesson number 1 in how to create compelling enemies to lovers, okay, guys? Sexy? Yeah, you are. Wanted to share one more thing to you because of your encouragement. Oh, good. I feel like I've been given a new life. That is wonderful news. I'm incredibly proud of you. Rang, thank you very much. Nah, thank you very much. So am I bothered to watch season 3? I mean, I like those two. I like, what's her name? Colin and, what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. You've got the Bridgertons, and what's the other Featherington? Penelope Featherington. Yes. No, I like those two. Most impactful tension in a romance situation? Katniss and Peter. Yeah. Now that is true, actually. Because you had that motherfucker Gale. Because you had motherfucking Gale. Fuck Gale. Fuck that guy. Always butting his nose into shit. Always butting his nose in and being like, hi guys, I'm Gale. Fuck Gale. Actually, don't fuck Gale. Fuck Peter instead. He cares about you and he'll make you bread. Yeah, Hunger Games is pretty cool. They're making a movie about, what's his name? Haymitch. I like Haymitch. I like Woody Harrelson. I will be seated for that. They're making a film about the Court of Quell that he won. I'll be seated. For that. There's nothing sexier than a man who cooks, and oh fucking boy do I cook. You wait and see. Oxyberry, I need to see Godzilla -1. I love Godzilla. That's Freddy Fazbear. What am I talking about? I'm way too tired. I'm way too fucking tired, but it's fine. Yeah, Spacewell, don't worry, I appreciate it, but I can get bell peppers when I need to. How has playing Tekken been going? Okay, guys, I have a confession to make. While I've been in Japan, I brought my PS5 to Japan, right? I'm gonna be real with you. First Tekken stream I did, because I had tried my very best. I'm gonna be real with you. People on the Asian Tekken servers are really, really fucking good at Tekken. And I was like, this is scary. And I've been using a VPN to fight people in Europe instead. Because I was like, oh, I'm scared. But then after a while I was like, okay, the connection's not great. So after that stream, I was like, you know what, I can do this. Holy shit. The amount of Lily players. It's mainly Lily and Hwarang that seem to be very, very popular in Asian regions on the Tekken servers, and they have spread my ass cheeks farther than I thought they could go. Pretty frightening, honestly. A pretty frightening level of skill. There's nothing like. I did at one point I did have a really, really good run with this one Reina player who I felt like I was quite evenly matched with, and for whatever reason we kept matching into each other over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And they buffed Kazuya. They buffed Kazuya! I haven't played since they buffed Kazuya, but motherfucker, I will be so seated. I'll be so seated. I'm gonna get back home. I'm gonna get to see my old fucking TV! I'm gonna get my electricity back up. I'm gonna get my shit going. I'm gonna put my PS5 back on my TV, and they buffed Kazuya. They gave him an actual 15-frame punish that's not electric. Down forward, 1-4, baby. I am locked in. You know what? We're gonna play Tekken again on stream. I'm gonna fix the bitrate, because I looked back at the old VOD, and the bitrate on that stream was terrible. I had my settings wrong. We're gonna play Tekken again, and you know what we're gonna do? My goal, I have gamer goals for the rest of the year. Here are my gamer goals, right? Gamer goals. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time to max RuneScape account. I'm gonna work on it. I will max it eventually. I just maybe not be able to do that this year. But I will be working on it. I want to play RuneScape with you all a lot, but maxing your RuneScape account takes a very, very long time. My Slayer level right now is, I think I have hit 90 Slayer. I think I'm at 90 Slayer. Because I got the Elite Karen Diary. So I'm at 90 Slayer. 90 to 99 Slayer will take at least 300 hours alone. Mining will take at least 200, 300 hours. Woodcutting, probably a good 150. Agility, a good 200 hours. Like, it's going to be quite a lot of work to get maxed in RuneScape. I will try, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that this year. However, a one that I think is achievable is I would like to hit purple ranks in Tekken. I think by the end of the year, if I really lock in, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Because I never thought I would hit red ranks. And then I hit Garyu with you guys. So sky's the limit, right? If I learn, if I lock in, if I practice, getting Kazuya to purple, that'd be pretty sick. Is there anything in RuneScape that you actually need maxed out stats for? You need high stats to complete the achievement diaries, but most of all, when you get every skill to 99, you get a cool looking cape that has a load of functionality on it, and I just kind of want to do that. I just kind of want that, you know? For me as a person, having played RuneScape for well over a decade now, I just want that. I just want that really bad. I think what I'd like to do is like a Road to Maxing series, you know, where we do a lot of like members RuneScape streams, and I can just chill and we can have like 10, 12-hour RuneScape streams where we just chill. Are you working on music? No spoilers. You smell. And speaking of you smell, I woke up and my time zones are fucked up and I didn't realize, but it is a certain novelist's birthday today. So we're going to wrap stream here and I'm going to redirect to our favorite blue boy so that you can go and check him out. But all I want to say for today is thank you all so much for waiting. I know that I may not be exactly the kind of person that you thought I was when you first decided to make me your Oshi. And sometimes I look different from how you might like, and that might be kind of scary sometimes. But I'm working on feeling better about who I am and what I'm capable of, and you have made me feel so loved. You have made me feel so loved, and I now want to make you feel loved as well. So throw those curtains wide. So throw those curtains wide. What else? What other words does that song have? Because that's how I feel. One day like this you'd see me ride for life. So throw those curtains wide. One day like this you'd see me ride tonight. And only now I see the light. 'Cause holy cow, I love your eyes. And only now I see the light. And only now I see the light. Go watch Ike Even, you motherfuckers. I love you. See you around.